The next session is led by Karan Vaidya, co-founder of Composio. Composio is an integration platform for AI agents and LLMs that empowers you to easily integrate your business with hundreds of applications, enabling autonomous actions and streamlining workflows. Karan will now show you how your business can benefit from building production-ready AI customer engagement agents for e-commerce. The floor is yours, Karan.
Hey folks, welcome to the Ecom Agents webinar. I'm Karan, one of the co-founders of Composio, and I'm going to present to you how you can simplify your life and improve your revenue by using AI agents with your e-commerce business. What is Composio? We are a communication layer for AI agents and LLM applications. Using Composio, you can bring the chat GPT out of a chat window and to all the tools that you use like Shopify, Salesforce, GitHub, 250 plus tools that we support, and we control the auth and user account management and authorization for these tools. So you don't have to bother about them. And in addition, we provide triggers so that you can notify whenever something changes in your apps to the agents, and actions so that the agent can get data and take actions on these apps. I'll quickly showcase you the Composio platform. As I mentioned, we have around 276 tools right now, which include the like of GitHub, Jira, SendGrid for sending messages and emails, BoostHog to analyze your traffic, Trello for ticket tracking softwares. The ones that might be interesting to you guys, one of them is Shopify, which essentially has 26 action. You can empower your agent with a bunch of them, like getting the customers, getting products, getting like product images, etc., etc. Some of the other ones that might be interesting to you guys are like Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, all the CRMs, Mailchimp to control your email marketing, etc. Yeah, almost all the tools that you use in your day-to-day should ideally be available to Composio, and you can use them in the agentic framework of your choice, which includes LangChain, Crew AI, Microsoft's Autogen. We are actually an official partner of Microsoft Autogen. You can also build agents without writing a single line of code, and I'll demo how using Langflow, which is a GUI based agent builder. So like all the non-engineers out there and folks that don't have a developer team don't need to worry. You can also build an agent and kind of improve your life cycle without knowing how to code. I'll quickly showcase you the platform here. You can find all the entities and kind of their connected accounts. Entities are essentially your users and how many accounts they have connected to Composio. You can check out all the tools. You can check all your connected accounts, all your users connections out there. You can check your active triggers, and you can check how you are using Composio, what actions are being called, what triggers are being called, essentially. I'll quickly showcase you the docs. So as I just mentioned, Composio helps you connect your AI agents to external tools like Gmail, GitHub, Salesforce, etc. It's basically a bridge between AI and these tools. We manage all these kind of esoteric things like authentication, authorization, etc. You can find all the relevant docs. Just to give you an idea, we have modularized the whole framework. So if you want to just use Composio's auth and build your own actions, you can do that. You can modify our actions as well. Or you can use your own auth and directly use Composio's tools. So like if you've already authenticated your users, Gmail or anything, you don't need to worry about that. You can still use Composio. And we go a lot into detail about all these frameworks. You can use Composio with both Python and TypeScript to build the agents. So you don't need to worry about that. And yeah, I think the one last thing that I probably would highlight is we are enterprise ready. So people who are in enterprises can see all the multi-project support that you might need. We have like a self-hosting version. We also provide admin events, etc. So people working in enterprise don't need to worry about that. We have you sorted with proper RBAC. Coming back, um, we launched Composio around 6 months back, and the journey has been nothing sort of amazing. Our open source repo has 14,000 plus stars right now. It's one of the like most starred AI agent repo out there after LangChain and a few others. We have 15,000 plus developers building on top of Composio, which includes 400 plus startups and around 5 to 10 Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies are also building on Composio. And in addition, we are not just building these integrations, we want to improve your agent's reliability. One of the problems that you might have seen while even working with ChatGPT is these LLMs are as good as the data or system prompts you provide them. So you need to do a lot of iteration on your system prompt or tools to make agents work actually the way that you want them to work. And that's where we have developed like we have researched a lot on function calling and agentic accuracy and developed the reinforcement learning based layer which self improves all these tools so that your agentic accuracy is on the higher side and so that you don't have to do any work to improve your accuracy. And the testament for that is we are essentially one of the leaders in software engineering bench leaderboard, which is one of the hardest agent leaderboard out there, and it is an open AI verified leaderboard. So being there just justifies how much work we have put in to improve the agent's accuracy. And I think coming back now, I'm gonna demo some of actually useful stuff that you can build with Composio and use it in your businesses. Let's start with firstly why e-commerce needs AI agents, right? I mean, like your business is going as it is pretty good, right? So why is the need? As you might have seen already with examples of Klarna, one of the things that Klarna did was cost saving with adding LLM based agents to their workflows to remove customer support essentially from their whole company, which saved them around 700 million USG. So that's one of the biggest real life example where AI agents can save costs. They can provide you 24 into 7 customer support and expectations versus human resources, which is costly and not available 24 into 7. You can have them in all the multiple channels that require simultaneous attention. The repetitive queries can consume basically agent type instead of you deploying a human, which costs you. In addition, you can also improve your sales because it has been proven that these LLMs are better and have better understanding of human emotion and what people like. So kind of it can improve your both sales and marketing motion. It includes manual segmentation of customer bases that you can do via LLMs, time consuming personalization efforts, which LLM can do very easily. It can improve your responses to market trends because you can have, like as I mentioned, triggers on both Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. via Composio, and in real time create a new marketing campaign using Composio. Complex multi-channel campaign management because like a single agent can manage your campaign across all these channels like email, Twitter, social media, etc. so that you have a coherent narrative across all of them. Then there are operational inefficiencies that you can remove using AI agents. All these back office automation that once was powered by older age softwares like Zapier, etc., can be empowered by the new age AI agents, which have inbuilt intelligence using LLMs. So things like inventory management, order processing, manual data entry and synchronization, resource allocation, all that can be offloaded to an AI agent. It includes analytics and reporting. So all these things which you used to rely for business intelligence, right, can be done via AI agent, like predictive analytics, automated performance reporting, cross-channel data integration, advanced pattern recognition. Now we'll showcase you some of the demos. By the way, just to add, some of the tools that we support for e-commerce use cases include Shopify, WooCommerce, WordPress, Salesforce, HubSpot, CRMs like Pipedrive, Mailchimp, Brevo, Klaviyo, and many more to come. We are like daily adding new tools, so you can be on outlook for kind of more tools to come. This is one of the interesting demos where I use Shopify. I think one of the most loved tools of e-commerce, right? Where like basically your Shopify store, we use that data, like your users' data, and create personalized email campaign for a new product. So we have the customer purchase history and patterns from the Shopify data, and we are introducing a new product where we can personalize and send it to only relevant folks who have probably purchased something relevant before, and craft very personalized emails basis their kind of previous spending, and send a campaign for them using Mailchimp, Brevo, Gmail, etc. As a e-commerce company, you always keep launching new products, and you have your previous customers you want to upsell slash cross sell to. So, I mean, you have to send these emails, right? So that you can kind of describe your new products, etc. And we have built this cool AI agent using Composio, which essentially sends this personalized drafted email to your customers, looking at their order history on Shopify and drafting really cool messages about your new collection. So as you can see, this is about a silicone shirt, a new product that like an e-commerce brand launched. And the code is like really simple, less than 100 lines of code. It uses Slack Graph and Composio. It uses Shopify's actions, which are like get all customers, get orders, so that you get to know like the order history of the customer, and Gmail send email to send email on your behalf. The agent essentially get all the customers from Shopify, then analyzes each customer and their purchase history, and then looks at what they have purchased, and if the new product matches what they have purchased or is complementary to that, it drafts out in a very engaging email about the new product and about the purchase history, so that you increase your order si- order size. Yeah, that's a simple agent, but really, really effective. Demo on that. Then I'll now let's look at uh, GUI demo. So people who don't know how to code, now we'll look into a Langflow demo where you can also build agents. Here specifically a market research agent without writing a single line of code. I'm going to write a market research agent which analyzes computer companies, etc. for me without writing a single line of code. For the purpose of this project, I'm going to use Landflow, which is a graphical agent builder. They have a bunch of components. As you can see, I'm starting with a chat input component. Then that leads to an agent component where I'm using GPT-4o as my LLM model, and it feeds into a bunch of tools. One of them is Tavili, the others are powered by Composio, Google Calendar, and Google Docs, which the agent can use to complete the task that I give it in a chat format, and it outputs in the chat output model. I'll quickly showcase you how to essentially create a Composio component. It's as simple as dragging and dropping the Composio tools bundle, and I have my Composio API key already set here. Then I just refresh it and I can select. So as you can see, a bunch of my apps are already connected, which I can directly use. But let's say, for example, Twitter is not connected. So I'll press refresh, and then I'll get a link which I can use to essentially authorize my Twitter as well. Yeah, I'll authorize my app and I'll go back to data lang flow, and now I'll see that Twitter is also connected and ready to use. So let's see at a run of this agent. So as you can see, I've already done a run. Let's look at one of the older ones. So as you can see, I asked it to create a Google Doc on competitor research for composer.dev and create a calendar event on my calendar to review it in 3 hours from now. So it essentially ended up creating this Google Doc. Let's show, yeah, which is named as computer research for Composio with a bunch of information, and it also created a calendar event from the time I started. This is a different. So yeah, you can also do the same and use Composio and Langflow to empower and build very cool agents without writing a single line of code. Who doesn't like more leads, right? I mean, every business wants more customers, and so each lead is important, and that's where our AI SDR agent gives users softwares like People Data Labs to get LinkedIn profiles, emails of the relevant folks, like the relevant ICP for your business, and creates a sheet or directly puts it into the CRM so that you can reach out to them using your email providers or by LinkedIn messages. There are a bunch of AI SDR companies coming up. They're all awesome. But I have just one single problem. Why do I need to change my workflow to get my leads? I mean, I'm used to using Sheets, right? And that's where we are. I created a simple AISDR which integrates with Sheets, and so I don't have to change my workflow, but the AISDR posts the leads for me for whatever task on in a new Google Sheet, which I can check every day. So, for example, I am looking into GTM of Composio and I wanted to check some tech blogger leads. So, I asked it to kind of generate this sheet. Here, I've just asked for 5, but if needed, it can post more. And the code for this is like just kind of like around 50 lines, where I'm installing Vercel Composio pool set. I'm using Vercel AI SDK for this. It asked me for kind of adding a Google connection if I've already not connected it, and otherwise it uses Exa browser base and Google Sheets to find tech bloggers like Taki McCormick. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's very simple, and I don't have to change my workflow. It's all there. If I was used to using Google Docs, I would have asked to connect it to Google Docs. But here, Google Sheets makes sense. And yeah, there it is. Lead outreach agent. In the previous video, you saw that like your leads getting generated by AI agents, right? But and you'll have to probably send an email campaign or a LinkedIn campaign yourself. That's also not needed. You can use our AI SDR lead outreach agent to craft personalized emails to each one of them and send it in an automated fashion using this AI agent. This personalized outreach email for Composio was created by my AI agent that I wrote in less than 50 lines of code, and my workflow still remains the same, like what it was earlier. So I have a sheet which has a bunch of leads, which actually I used to prepare earlier, but now is prepared by another kind of generation AI agent. And like this outreach is kind of uses that sheet to carve out emails to each of the leads in that kind of like the email of each of the leads. And it's highly personalized. So we use kind of Exa to get information about the particular leads, as you can see, we have Excel search here. It's like all in like less than 70 lines where I'm using LangChain, OpenAI. It's all JavaScript, LangChain, OpenAI, JavaScript, uh, SDK, and then kind of I'm using Composer toolset to get Excel search, Gmail, and uh, then I'm providing this prompt to kind of specify the details to get the details of the lead, and then invoking it to create a very personalized email. So a bunch of these AI ideas are coming up, but there I need to change my workflow and trying to build this for myself so that I don't have to change any of my workflows. Uh, yeah, I think once you have these leads kind of reached out in the previous video, you would want to schedule meetings with them, right? To sell them to kind of these are prospects, so you want to kind of convince them to use your product, and that's also a time-taking job. You have to converse with them, figure out your schedule, and book a slot. Why not kind of delegate that as well to an AI agent? So a meeting scheduler agent does exactly that and helps you basically find a right time and book meetings on your calendar with your prospect. So as I've kind of described in my previous videos, I'm mostly using scheduling agents, like AI agents for my calendar now. So most of the events that you see here, like at least the ones with people, are kind of generated by AI agent and not myself. I'll just quickly share my like code around that I've written this time using LangGraph and Composer tools. So that's the common element. Yeah, this is the code around it, like imported LangChain related stuff, Composer. Uh, define these various nodes. So LangGraph has a concept of like graph, like you define nodes and edges between different agents to define a workflow. So we have like scheduling tools and email tools. So one of the nodes is like scheduling and one of the nodes is email. So this is calendar related ones, these are email related ones. This is common function to create an agent node. You define the scheduler agent prompt. The scheduler agent is here, we create the agent, and this is basically defining the router, defining like if kind of call underscore tool is called, then you do the kind of tool call, and like final answer is basically written in, which is basically sort of handled here. And like you define these kind of nodes as I was just mentioning, and adding an edge. You can like you have a start to kind of scheduler agent edge and scheduler agent to end edge. Then also visualize. The best part about kind of LangGraph is you can visualize all this very, very effectively. So we have this kind of image to visualize it, start, scheduler node, router, kind of like adding, doing the tool calls, etc. And once everything is done, it's end. Going back, we have this kind of edges that I was just describing. There are these some kind of functions, and like this is basically the trigger, a callback. So whenever a new email hits me, like this kind of callback is triggered, and which starts the whole LangGraph agent. It extracts all the data from the email, and if the email is regarding scheduling a meeting with me, it automatically schedules it on my calendar with the recipient, like with the sender of the email, and also creates a draft reply, which if I press enter, it's just kind of goes and kind of confirms the meeting with the sender with relevant details. So the workflow is really, really like straightforward, and I've been using it a lot. As I was just mentioning, the best part about LangGraph is kind of this, like the graph that you get, as well as like Langsmith, where you can see these are some other runs because they are going in parallel, but you can see essentially uh, kind of like the whole uh, like traces around what the agent did. I think some of these agents are full, that's why you're not able to see it, but yeah. And at the end, once the meeting is booked, you obviously need to craft a PPT so that you can demonstrate the values of your product to your customer, right? So that's where our AI PowerPoint agent comes into play, which crafts really personalized as well as awesome PPTs using all the knowledge about your product, competitors, etc. And so that you don't have to like sweat at all, and it creates really awesome PPTs. Like every developer out there, I hate developing PPTs presentations. So I kind of like wanted AI to obviously automate that part of my job, as kind of currently in entrepreneurship, you have to present your demos, like your product, and like when you're fundraising, you have to present your business plan, etc. So I created this AI agent which prepared this PPT for me. It's on a sample data set, but you can get an idea. It has charts, it has tables, whatever you need. You can kind of prompt engineer it. I use this data set. This is an example spreadsheet for student names and their classes, state, major, etc. And it used the same to prepare the top students data set, like the PPT on the same. And the code for it is like literally around 50 lines. It uses Llama Index for the agent platform. It uses agent ops to monitor the tool usage and agents call. Yeah, as you can see, it kind of uses Composer's tools. It uses code interpreter by E2B, and like obviously Google Sheets to get the data. And I've kind of fine-tuned it to prepare sheets with charts and tables in the prompt, and you can kind of change it according to you. And I'll just quickly show you a prior run that it did. It started with obviously getting the data from the Google Sheet. Then it started with installing Python PPTX package. That's the package essentially that we use to kind of prepare a PPT in a PDF format. It ran the code with the data, created like the file, saved the PPT in a file in the sandbox, and then use Composer's get file command to get it on local. And now it's there on my local machine, as you can see, and can open it, and it's here. This is the one. So in less than 50 lines of code, and this took me like probably a minute, I have a pretty good first version of the PPT ready. In an automated fashion. Just to give you an idea, all the AI agents that we looked in this current presentation were all built using Composio in less than 100 lines of code, and some without code as well. You can find all the resources here. You have the code for the Shopify agent and the docs and more examples where you find all the other AI SDR, AI PPT agents, etc. If there are startups building in the agent space, we have a startup program so that we offer 3 months of Composio usage, almost free of cost. It costs just $1, and you have to pay once you try out properly. After that, okay. And there's a pricing page as well for your checking out. And here's Composio's QR code. You can just take this QR code and go to Composio's website. We did a few launches on Product Hunt, which garnered pretty good interest. One is Suikit, where you can build your own Devin, which was first on Product Hunt lately, and like an agent auth demo, where we provide authentication to multiple of these tools to agent by agent auth, and it was third on the Product Hunt. Thanks, folks.
Karan, thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge and showing us Composio.